Hey guys, welcome back to Social Saga. Today we have an insane Reddit story that you won't believe. Let's dive right in. The night the lights went out. I need to get this off my chest. It's been a week since it happened and I still can't sleep. I keep seeing it in my dreams, the shadows, the whispers, the thing that shouldn't exist. I don't know if anyone will believe me, but I have to tell someone. Maybe writing it down will help, maybe it won't. But here goes. It started with a blackout. I live in a small town, the kind where everyone knows everyone and nothing exciting ever happens. So when the power went out one night, I didn't think much of it. Storms had been rolling through the area, and the old grid here isn't exactly reliable. I lit a few candles, grabbed a book and settled in to wait it out, but then I heard it. A knock at the door. 3 sharp raps like someone was in a hurry. I froze. It was past midnight and no one in their right mind would be out in this weather. The wind was howling, rain slamming against the windows. I waited, hoping whoever it was would go away, but they didn't. The knocking came again, louder this time. I grabbed my phone, using it as a flashlight, and crept to the door. My heart was pounding. I peered through the peephole, but all I could see was darkness. No one was there. "Hello?" I called out, my voice trembling. No answer. I told myself it was just the wind, but deep down I knew better. The knocking had been too deliberate, too human. I locked the door and backed away, my mind racing. That's when the lights on my phone flickered. The battery was full, but the screen dimmed, then brightened, like something was interfering with it, and then I heard the whispers. At first I thought it was the wind, but the more I listened, the more I realized it wasn't. The whispers were coming from inside the house. Soft, indistinct murmurs, like someone was having a conversation just out of earshot. I spun around, shining my phone's light into the corners of the room, but there was nothing there. "Who's there?" I demanded, my voice shaking. The whispers stopped. For a moment there was silence. Then, from the hallway, I heard it, a low, guttural growl, like an animal, but not quite. My blood ran cold. I grabbed the nearest thing I could use as a weapon, a fireplace poker, and crept toward the sound. The hallway was pitch black. My phone's light barely cut through the darkness. I could feel my breath coming in short, panicked gasps. The growling grew louder, more intense, like whatever was making it was getting closer. I swung the poker wildly, hitting nothing but air. I stood there, trembling, trying to make sense of what was happening. That's when I noticed the temperature had dropped. My breath was visible in the air, even though it was the middle of summer. I could see frost forming on the walls. And then I saw it. At the end of the hallway, a figure stood silhouetted against the darkness. It was tall, too tall to be human, with long, spindly limbs that seemed to stretch and twist unnaturally. Its head was tilted at an odd angle, like it was studying me. I couldn't see its face, but I could feel its eyes on me, cold and unblinking. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. My legs felt like they were rooted to the floor. The figure took a step forward, its movements jerky and unnatural. I could hear a faint clicking sound, like bones grinding together. I don't know how I found the strength to move, but I did. I turned and ran, slamming the door to my bedroom behind me. I barricaded it with whatever I could find, a chair, my dresser, anything. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold my phone. I called 911, but the call wouldn't go through. The signal was dead. I tried texting my friends, but the messages wouldn't send. It was like I was completely cut off from the outside world. And then I heard it again. The knocking. This time it was coming from the window. I didn't want to look, but I had to. I crept toward the window, my heart pounding in my chest. The curtains were drawn, but I could see something moving behind them. Something big. I grabbed the edge of the curtain and yanked it open. There was nothing there. Just the empty street, illuminated by the faint glow of the moon. I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. Or maybe I was losing my mind. Maybe this was all in my head. But then I saw it. Reflected in the glass, just behind me was the figure. I spun around, but there was nothing there, just an empty room. I looked back at the window and the reflection was gone. I don't know how long I stood there, staring at the glass, waiting for something to happen. But nothing did. The whispers stopped. The growling stopped. Even the knocking stopped. And then, just like that, the power came back on. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on my bed, clutching the fireplace poker, waiting for the sun to come up. When it finally did, I felt like I could breathe again. I told myself it was just a nightmare, a trick of the mind brought on by the storm and the stress of the blackout. But then I found the footprints. In the mud outside my window there were footprints. They were too large to be human, with long claw-like toes, and they led right up to the window. I haven't been back to the house since. I've been staying with a friend, too afraid to go home. I don't know what that thing was or what it wanted, but I do know one thing, it's still out there. So Reddit, what do you think? Am I losing my mind, or did I really see something that night? I don't know what to do. I can't go back there, but I can't keep running forever. If anyone has any advice, please, I'm begging you, help me. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next Reddit adventure. Stay curious and keep exploring amazing Reddit tales with us.